Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is episode 143 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeup. Not ooky old, just not talked about old. And I'm very excited for today's palette of choice because it's more than just a palette for me. If you've been here for a little while, you'll already know all the things I'm going to say. All I can be is sorry, because if you are new, you should hear it too. I'm going to use the Nomad Cosmetics Home for the Holidays palette. I love this palette, like so much. I recently talked about it in my palettes I'm excited to use for winter and the holidays video. But I've got a couple of reasons today. One, I'm doing my first official Christmas holiday season video. Got my little headband on. I have a couple to choose from. I have a couple hats. I have hair clippies. I love Christmas and I embrace it like it's my job. So I did want to wait until Thanksgiving Day, which is when I decorate the rest of my house. So while you're watching this, I'm probably either decorating or waiting for someone to bring in my tubs of Christmas decorations, so I can't decorate. But Tina, one of our friends here in the comment section, she's one of my subscribers, said something about most people doing very wearable, gentle, I don't know, classy maybe looks for Halloween. And I don't know if we've met before, but that's not really what I do on the reg. I do a little bit of everything. I'll include a couple of pictures of the last couple of holidays and what my makeups look like. There aren't many pictures of me prior to this year because I'm real bad at taking pictures of anything, but also of myself. I've not been good at it, but I am trying. Anyway, so all the reasons for this palette, this video today. If you need inspo for something that is maybe a little less classically Thanksgiving appropriate, this might be a look for you. I'm going to use, if my plan works out, which, here's hoping, I'm going to use the black, of course, which is called Dusty. And then I'm going to use the red, which is called Friends, and probably this white called Evander. I don't know what this palette is named after or about. I should have looked into it. I never really thought to. I didn't know at the time that Nomad was going to be such a huge part of my makeup life. So I honestly just got the palette because of the name. And Angelica Nyquist had hinted that it was very good. So, all right, I'm going to get into doing the makeups and then we can yammer about all the things. Also, quickly want to mention that my stepsister is very friendly with Alicia Witt, and she has a new Christmas album out. And my stepsister was posting actual flyers around town and taking pictures of it. So I said, well, if you want to give me one, I can include it in a video. And she was like, really? So I said, sure, why not? So if you like Christmas music, I know Alicia's done some Hallmark Christmas movies. She's got this new album. I'll insert the photo here with the QR code. I went to iTunes and just typed in Alicia Witt and was able to find the album. So you can do that as well if you want. If you're looking for new Christmas music. So, okay, now for reals, I'm getting into it. All right, I got my shadow shields on, and hopefully I have zoomed you in. I'm going to go in right away with the metallic red shade called Friends. So, I bought this palette sight unseen. I hadn't heard anything about it except for Angelica's hint that it was a good palette. When I did, see what it looked like prior to hearing anything about it, I was so excited. Even if the color story really hadn't been up my alley, it still would have been a palette for me because of the name of the palette. Home for the Holidays is the first Christmas movie my family and I watch. It's not even Christmas, it's actually a Thanksgiving movie. We watch it on Thanksgiving. It kicks off the holiday season. It's just what we've always done. And it's such a good movie. Holy moly. So I had that kind of like emotional reaction to the palette anyway. And then to see it all shimmer shades except for the black was just like so up my alley. Black is my favorite color of ever. And it was my first palette that was like all shimmers. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I couldn't imagine someone like me just having an all shimmer palette. Like that just seemed so cool to me back then. And of course, like I said, I had no idea how much I was going to love Nomad when I bought this. I mean, I had been watching their stuff for a little while. America's Parks was the first one I was like, oh, that looks really, really cool. But it was a brand that wasn't really being talked about very much, like at all. So, I don't know, back then I wasn't sure buying makeup from indie brands was safe. Like if they weren't sold at a drugstore or Ulta or Sephora, was it safe to use? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't know anything back then. So, yeah, had no idea what was going to end up happening. But after I got this palette, I kind of went nuts and bought a bunch of Nomad eyeshadow palettes and just fell head over heels in love with the brand, with the eyeshadows, what Felicia and Auntie do, like with their contributions to causes that help Mother Nature. You know what I mean? Like it seemed right up my alley. So yeah, huge fan of Nomad. We all know this about me. And this palette is still so good. I think it is so cool. I'm gonna grab a different brush. Perhaps I'll use my Magic Moda. That was my Singe EO1, if you were wondering. This is my Magic Moda brush. It's called Filbert. That's like the name of it. I love this for my inner corner. It's what I always use when I'm applying inner corner shadow. Unless it's my highlighter. And even then, sometimes I'll use this. Oh, this is going to be a good combination. That's gonna work. It's giving like Santa's hat almost, with like the white and the red. Yeah, so not typical Thanksgiving eye look maybe, but that's kind of what I do. I don't necessarily do typical. I'll insert the photo here of the very first look I did with this palette. It was on Thanksgiving, and I used the shades to kind of give me like a string of lights effect across my eye, if that makes sense, like all the different colors, I don't know, in my head back then, it made sense. And I thought about recreating that look today, but I really wanted to do something with the red in this white shade. That looks really cool. I'm of course going to use the black next, but wow. I may not even blend those two together. I might leave it. We'll see. But right now, I mean, I still have to like adjust the shape and stuff, but I'm going to use the black shadow now and see how this turns out. Now I'm going to go with the black. I put on the shadow shields because I really want this to be like a winged kind of a look. Similar-ish, if you will, to my Blue Monday and my Copy Kitty. Maybe. I'm hoping for something similar. We'll see. I'm usually, I don't know, I've just been trying to do different things recently. So we'll see. We'll see how this ends up working out. But that's the idea. I'm just tapping into the black and then patting on this black eyeshadow. It's so good. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm not getting that quite the way I was anticipating it. But maybe if I bring the red down so I can kind of envision it. Maybe sweeping it out together. That could be cute. Okay, I think that's going to be the gist of it. I'm going to just make sure both of the eyes are equal, like the red, the white, the black. Whack on the rest of my face, and I'll come back and show you what it ends up looking like, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the gist of it. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back and everything is done, obviously. Let me get you in for an up close reconnoiter at the eyes. So when I added the red to my lower lash line, it felt a little bit more Halloween-y than Christmas. So I added the green shimmer, and I think that just gave me exactly what I needed. It's called Fur Babies in the palette. I definitely think it took it from like Halloween-y and scary to Christmas. So I don't know. What do you think? I actually ended up not doing false lashes. I went in with my e.l.f. mascara and then the Banger mascara that I got from niece Rachie, who got it from Erica, who got it sent to her from her friend Marina, because it's only available in wherever Marina's from, Sweden maybe? I don't know. But niece Rachie says, have a banger day. And I was like, oh, there's a Banger mascara? Niece Rachie needs that. So Erica worked her magic and sent both of the tubes that Marina sent her to niece Rachie, and then niece Rachie said I could play with one. So anyway, I ended up using all of my Nabla skin glazing doobies. I have Ozone for my highlight, and I of course buried the other two because why wouldn't I? What would make me think to leave them out so I could show you? Better to bury them and make it a hassle. My bronzer is the shade Dune, which, I mean, this looks really dark in the pan, but it is so gentle that, I mean, you can go in with this and be very, very pale and just build it up, and it works. And I did the same thing with my blush, which is in the shade Adults Only, which is like just a nice red. And I went in gently with it, you know, nothing too wild and crazy. I love these products. I do wish I had more. They're so nice, and I don't ever hear anyone talk about them. Do you have any of these Nabla skin glazing face products? Because they're so nice. I have one for each of the face bits. I really like these. If I ever find them on clearance or something, I would definitely pick up some more, because the last thing I need is blush, bronzer, and highlight. So I can't just like go buy them, but if I found them on clearance, I could. Anyway, that is Throwback Thursday number 143, done and dusted. Let me know what you think. This is going up on Thanksgiving, so hopefully you're having a wonderful, stress-free day. If it's not a good day for you, maybe we can hang out, and I've got a lot of videos. If you want to hang out and watch more, you totally can. If you're with family and you're having a lovely time, that's amazing. I will be going to Dallas's. I handed over the reins of Thanksgiving to my daughter-in-law several years ago, so she does all the things now. But I did go and get some little things to make a cute little tablescape for her. So that's like her thank you for hosting us gift, which I don't know. Usually I just go over and bring silly little crafty things that we can do with the kids, but mostly the adults like it. And then we eat and go home and watch Home for the Holidays. Although sometimes we watch it at Dallas's. But all right, I'm just gonna let you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Happy Thanksgiving. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.